Hi, I'm Danny Ecker in Chicago Business Today, shopping for power. As hundreds of thousands of Illinois households opt out of deals with ComEd this month for cheaper power providers, consumers are poised to enjoy the savings. Around 35 certified electricity companies are making plays for more business, giving communities and individuals a barrage of options that ideally result in both reliable service and lower prices. I sat down with former Illinois Power Agency Executive Director Mark Pruitt, who used to do the power buying for the state and now works as a consultant for many towns that are opting out, to talk about the benefits and caveats that come with shopping around. Mark, you're well versed in the electricity procurement process. What should consumers know about this process, about shopping for power and the savings that they potentially could have?
Well, I think that what they need to know at base is it's all right to shop. Most folks that I speak to individually or in groups still aren't quite convinced that this is something that they're allowed to do. Suffice to say, it's completely allowable. We just always encourage consumers to take their time. A great low price looks good until perhaps you want to exit the contract because you're moving. There are some contracts that are sold that place a $100 to $150 penalty for leaving the contract early. Well, that kind of eats up all the savings that one would expect to get from this type of a contract. Also, it's the period of the contract. Most consumers might be presented with an opportunity to do a 2-year or 3-year contract. They need to consider, do they really want to be in a position where they're guessing today what electricity prices will be in 3 years from now?
With that, that's even more important for small businesses that can benefit from this. How much might we see small businesses cut a little bit into ComEd's commercial market share?
ComEd makes their money on the distribution charges. So from the utility perspective, whether someone purchases from the default portfolio or they go out and negotiate their own deal, it's all revenue neutral to the company. As your small business, you can still get your monthly electricity bill from ComEd. You don't have to have now 2 bills. It's the same thing as we have with residential customers. They can go and do a little bit of research, maybe knock off 10-15% of their total cost with a well-done contract.
Looking at June 2013, when the last long-term contract is up with ComEd, are you expecting that ComEd's offerings will be coming down closer to market prices if they are lower at the time? And will people be switching back, in your opinion?
I think that there's a distinct possibility. Once an aggregation is created, they typically maintain the majority of their residents in the aggregation. It still provides value. For a lot of municipal aggregations, being able to address issues such as buying more renewables, energy efficiency, demand response, these activities tend to kind of take on a life of their own. So while there might be some folks that do gravitate back towards the default portfolio, my expectation is that at least for the near term, people are going to remain in these groups for a fair amount of time.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks for joining us. Great insight, and we'll be watching this moving forward.
Fantastic. Thank you.
And that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For a list of competing power providers, check out the focus section in this week's Crain's or at chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.